Okay, this is 4.3, 4.5 course revision with the tops that are mentioned for the exam. Over here we have these are all the questions. I'm gonna solve them all aslan, uh, regardless of whether they're G or not. But the tops I will only do these tops. Yeah. طيب. Anyway, let me start. Given a right cone of base R, and let me zoom out actually. Okay, given a right cone of base R and height h, uh, yeah, such that R plus h is 24, find the values of R and h for which the volume is maximum and hence whatever. Okay, volume of a cone is 1 over 3 pi R squared h. Okay, when you want to find the maximum, you need to derive. And you can't derive when you have what? When you have two unknowns. So you need to go back to your given. Always, you need to go back to your given and see what you have given. You know that R plus h is 24. So you can find an expression for R if you took, if you took h to the other side, and you would get R is equal to 24 minus h. So over here, you're going to get V equals, actually, no. I'm going to substitute h. I'm going to find an expression for h because that's easier. I don't want to square because R is squared and I don't want to square. Okay, let me find an expression for h. So let me take R to the other side. So h is going to be equal to 24 minus R. Okay, so here I can substitute h as 24 minus R. So V equals 1 over 3 R squared 24 minus R. Okay, let me continue over here. You're going to get V is equal to 1 over 3 R 1 over 3, sorry. 1 over 3 times 24 is 8. I'm distributing, huh? 1 over 3 times 24 is 8 R squared, صح? And then 1 over 3 R squared times minus R is minus 1 over 3 R cubed. You now need to derive this, right? So let's derive it. V prime, what's it going to be equal to? And this is squared, yeah? 2 times 8 is 16, so you get 16R. 3 times 1 over 3 is minus 1 R squared. Okay, you derived it. We need to now find the maximum maximum, right? So what do? We have to equate it to 0. So you say V prime is equal to 0. That means 16R minus R squared is equal to 0. And how would you solve this? You just factor out R. You get 16 minus R is equal to 0. So you get two values. You get R is equal to 0 and you get R is equal to 16. Okay. Obviously, R equals 0 is wrong. Okay. Well, not obviously. You have to show that if you substitute 0, you're going to get 0. Like, look, you have to show this. V of 0 is equal to 0 if this is written. You have to show this. Then you're going to know that means, and then you're going to substitute, V of 16 also, and you're going to show that you get an answer that isn't 0, and you're going to say that means R equals 16 is max. So opinion, what are they asking? They're asking to find the value of R and h. What's h? 24 minus R. So h is equal to 24 minus 16, which is 8. And they're saying also find the maximum volume. So just substitute R equals 16 into your volume. Or you can substitute R equals 16 and h equals 8 into our equation over here. V equals 1 over 3 pi times R squared, which is 16 squared, times h, which is 8. Okay, put this on your calculator. Let's ignore pi. I think they want us to keep it in terms of pi. So 1 over 3 times pi times 16 squared times 8. You get 2048 over 3 pi. Okay, so the Vmax is going to be equal to 2048 over 3 pi. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Mary is in about 3 kilometers from the nearest point A on a straight shoreline. Okay. Down the shore 5 kilometers from A is her home at B. If Mary can row 6 kilometers per hour and run 10 kilometers per hour, where should she land her boat to arrive home in the least amount of time? What? Okay, this question is sort of confusing, but it's just because I really didn't understand what they're trying to ask for. But after you get it, it's very easy. Basically, Mary's in a boat about 3 kilometers from point A on a straight shoreline. I didn't get what they meant by straight. So Mary's here, and there's the shore over here, right? And this is point A. Okay, so she's 3 kilometers away. This point A is down the shore, yani down the shore, 5 kilometers from A is her home at B. So over here, is b. Okay, and this is 5 kilometers. Okay, basically, they're saying she rows at 6 kilometers per hour. So the speed of her rowing is 6 kilometers per hour, or rowing, let's put R. Okay, and the speed of her running, so after she reaches the land, a small r, is going to be 10 kilometers per hour. Okay, so basically, they're saying where should she land her boat? Somewhere here, so that she can reach B the fastest. So she should land on a boat. She should land her boat at a point in between A and B where she would reach B the fastest. So you're gonna take any point. Let's call it point. I don't know. Let's call it C. Okay. This point C, you're gonna see that it's at a distance x from A. Okay. This is how they solved it in the course division. And this makes sense, sir. Okay. It's at a distance x from A. So since it's at a distance x from A, how much would the distance here from M to point C be? You use Pythagoras theorem. If the base is 3 and the other base is x, that means, let's call the distance. Distance squared is equal to 3 squared plus x squared. So what's the distance going to be equal to? Root 9 plus x squared. Type. We want to see the least amount of time. Okay? Here, let's call this root 9 plus x squared. The least amount of time. What's the total time it takes? Time 1 plus time 2, right? For this phase and this phase. We know that we know that time is equal to distance over time equals speed. So it is equal to distance over speed, صح? Okay, the distance in this case, in the first phase, is 9 plus x squared, is root 9 plus x squared. And the speed that she's moving at when rowing is how much? 6. So over 6. How about time 2? The second distance traveled, now from here to B, we know that the total is 5. But here, she already skipped some x kilometers. So what's going to be left? 5 minus x. So the distance in this case is 5 minus x, with the speed is 10. Okay? So you get this. Now you can easily find an expression for time. T is going to be equal to, just simplify this. We found now our expression for time, which is this, right? T is just this. Time is equal to root 9 plus x squared over 6 plus 5 minus x over 10. Okay? If you don't realize, I don't know if you realized or not, but when we're saying the least amount of time, that means we want a minimum value. Okay? And also, this is the whole point of why I'm solving this, why I'm finding expression for time, because I'm trying to find the minimum value of time, and I needed an expression for time, and that's how I found it. You know, how do you find the minimum? You have to derive and equate it to 0, right? So let's derive this. The derivative of this would be 9 plus x squared to the power of half over 6, and then here you have 5 minus x over 10. Yeah, so now that I rewrote it, guys, I can easily derive this. Okay, to derive this one, you need to use chain rule. You remember chain rule is derivative of the outside, so you take half down, 9 plus x squared, reduce x1 by 1, multiply by the derivative of the inside. What's the derivative of inside is 2x, okay, over 6, right? Plus 5 minus x over 10. Here's the thing. This is the same as saying 5 over 10 minus x over 10. Okay, 5 over 10, you know, it doesn't get derived, it becomes 0. Minus x over 10, to derive it, it's x to the power of 1, right? Take 1 times negative 1 is negative 1, reduce x1 of x, there's no more x, okay? There's going to be negative 1 over 10, okay? So the derivative of it is just negative 1 over 10. Clean this up a bit, half with 2 cancels, okay? You're going to take this negative down, so it's going to be x over 6 root 9 plus x squared. Because it was negative half, to take it down to take it down becomes positive, and it's half, so it's a radical, okay? Minus 1 over 10. So now we found our t prime. Okay, this is t prime. T prime is equal to this. Okay, you need to equate it to 0. T prime equals 0. So x over 6 root 9 plus x squared is equal to 1 over 10. Okay, because I just took it to the other side. Okay, then you cross multiply. You're going to get 20 is equal to 6 root 9 plus x squared. Let me take this out. Or no, I'll just continue. You square both sides to get rid of the radical, so you're going to get 400 is equal to 36, 9 plus x squared. So you're going to get 400 is equal to 324 plus 36x squared, because I just distributed. and you're gonna get 300, if that's 76, so you're gonna get 36 x squared is equal to 76. So you're gonna get x squared is equal to 76 over 36. So x squared is gonna be equal to 2. So x should be equal to radical 2. I don't know. I don't know what some of the answer is. Uh, whoa, 36x squared. Sorry, sorry. I'm blind. I thought this x was a 2. I don't know how to. Whoa. Okay. My fault, my fault. How did I read this as a 2? X times 10 is 10x. And you get same thing, 6 root 9 plus x squared. Square both sides, you're going to get 100x squared is equal to 36 uh, 9 plus x squared. So you're going to get 100x squared is equal to 324 plus 36x squared. And you're going to get, hold up, subtract by 36. You're going to get 64x squared is equal to 324. You divide by 64 on both sides. So you get, I don't know, square, and then square root, you get root 324 over 64. And you get, the answer I think was 2.25. So let me see. Yeah, 2.25. So x is equal to 2.25 kilometer. Honestly, I don't think this would come, but do it, you know. Okay, the volume V of an, okay, 15 now, huh? Of an open box with a square base of side x is 640. What is the height of the box if x equals 8? Okay, this is literal geometry, guys. Volume of any shape is area of base times height, and when it's if like four sided. Anyway, it's base times height, right? For like this is a rectangular prism. It's like this square base of an open box, so it goes up like this, right? Okay, this is it. So basically, the volume of this is what area of base times height. What's the area of the base if it's a square? It's a square. The why am I stuttering? Ya Allah. What's the area of the base? If the base is a square, it's the side times side, and they told us that the side is x. How much is x? 8. Okay, so like this is the base. They said its side is x, and then they told us that x is 8. So how much is the side? How much is the area of this? It's x times x. You guys know this area of a square is x times x, or side times side. So 8 times 8. So it's 64. So the area of the base is 64. They want us to find the height. 64 times h is 640. H is 10. Okay, it's that easy. They did it like this. Question 16. The surface area of a cylinder with base R. Okay, this one always comes, guys. With base radius R. The G1 questions, by the way, the G1 and G2 questions, and they come all the time in the computer. Like, مثلا, here, yeah, this one also comes. These G1, G2 questions, they come computer, okay? And make sure you know them. The surface area of a cylinder with base R and height h is this, its volume is this, and they told us that volume is equal to this. Then the surface area can be expressed as S equals, okay. Guys, you all know how we solve this question. They substituted, in the surface area, they substituted h with something in terms of R. How do you do that? Well, they told us that how do you do that whenever you want to substitute something in terms of something? You look at your given. We have given the volume, okay, and they told us the volume is pi r squared h. So pi r squared h is equal to 3, 4, 5, 6, pi. You pi with pi. You want to find an expression for h, right? That's the whole thing. That's the whole point of us substituting here. They substituted and h rah, well now it's only r. So we want to find an expression for h, so take r to the other side, r squared to the other side. It's 3, 4, 5, 6 over r squared. So you go back here and you substitute, sorry. You go back into the surface area, substitute h with 3, 4, 5, 6 over r squared. So it's going to be surface area is equal to 2 times pi times, oh, it's weird, 2 times pi times r times h, which is 3, 4, 5, 6 over r squared, plus 2 pi r squared. Okay, so we need to make it like this. We can cancel r with r. We can't cancel anything else. You're going to be left with 2 times 3, 4, 5, 6, which is 6912 pi over r plus 2 pi r squared. Okay, so what is b? 6912. Let me check this. Yeah, b is 6912. Then they said, for what value of this r is the surface area minimum? Give your answer with a centimeter unit for r. So basically, by the way, questions they're basically solving the question like they asked find the minimum value of r. So basically, you guys know that for the steps, you have to rewrite surface area. You have to write it where there's only one letter. And this is the whole reason we did this, because we're rewriting the surface area where there's only one unknown. Remember, I told you guys it was to find minimum. You're not allowed to have two unknowns. That's what we're doing. This is the whole point of us substituting in part A. Okay. So to find now if it's minimum, we have to derive and equate it to zero. The whole point of us doing this because you can't derive there's two unknowns. So we now have it. So there's only one unknown, and that's r. Okay, don't say pi is an unknown, guys. Pi is a number. It's an irrational number. Okay, we need to find SA prime equal to 0, right? Let's derive this أول شيء. 6912 pi over r. Let's make it 6912 pi r to the minus 1 and then 2 pi r squared. Now we can easily derive. Minus 1 times 6912 will be this. Okay, and then r to the minus 2 because we decrease 6 1 by 1. 2 times 2, 4, so it's going to become 4 pi r. Okay, so pi r, no, not squared. Okay, let's keep it like this. So this is SA prime, right? We're supposed to equate it to 0 to derive it, right? As to find the minimum, the stationary points, right? Let's equate it to 0 minus 6912 pi r to the minus 2 plus 4 pi r equals 0. Let's start by cancelling pi with pi, okay? And then take minus 4 out because it's common, and also take r out. Why can I take r out? Even if it's negative, I can take it out. Minus 6912 divided by 4, I think it's 2516. No, definitely not 2516. 6912 over 4. 1728. Okay. So it's going to become 1728 minus, because 4 divided by minus 4 is minus. Okay. And we took r out, so it's going to be minus 1. Okay. 4 divided by minus 4 is minus 1. R divided by r cancels. Okay. And I have here r to the minus 3. I forgot to put that. R to the power of minus 2 divided by r, because you took r out. Huh? Since it's negative, when you take something out, when you take a letter out, you're just subtracting 1 by its power. So it's kind of like dividing by r, right? When you take something out, you're dividing by r. R to the power of minus 2 divided by r, this is power 1, so minus, when you're dividing, you subtract it once. Minus 2 minus 1 is minus 3. It's going to be r minus 3. This is just, I'm just showing you, proving to you, no, why I made it r minus 3. Other people have different solutions to this, and they solve it in different ways. I don't like it. Okay, equals 0. So you're going to get one solution with r equals 0. You're going to get 1728 r to the minus 3. Take minus 1 to the other side. You're going to get this. Then, yeah, you can't solve like this now, right? Because you have to make r's power positive, because it has to be positive. I can't solve like this, so I'm going to make it over r cube is equal to 1. Cross multiply. You're going to get cube root of 1728, which I think was 12. I'm not sure. Cube root of 1728. Yeah, 12. Okay. So you get now two values. You got r equals 0 and r equals 12. This one will be rejected. Why is it rejected, guys? If you substitute here 0 to the power of negative, you can never have it, okay? So أصلا over here, if you take 0 and you substitute it into your surface area, you're going to be dividing by 0. So here we should have written that r has to be greater than 0. If it comes written, you have to write this. Why is it greater than 0? Because if r equals 0, the whole equation will be undefined. Okay, so you're going to say this is rejected, so r equals 12 is your minimum value. Okay, let me see what they did here. Yeah, so they did the same thing. They got r cube is 1728. Okay. Okay, yeah, I guess they got. Did they ask? Yeah, and then they substituted 0 as well, and they got infinity, because you can't, when you divide by 0, you get infinity. Okay. What is all this, bro? Okay, if it comes written, guys, listen. If it comes written, you have to, what do you call it? You have to show, substitute 12 and show that, you don't get 0. Okay, so if you substitute 12 into your surface area, you get 864 pi. Okay, you just, I'm not going to substitute. They did it here in the course division. They substituted 12 and they get 864 pi. You have to show this in your written that, oh, when I substitute 12, I don't get 0. So that's how it's minimum. Okay, because if you get 0, guys, obviously it's going to be wrong. Okay, so then you say, therefore, r equals 12 is minimum, whatever. This is if it was written. Okay. No, I think I'm going to start putting these questions into open board because my work is very, very, very disorganized. The volume of an open box with square side of x is 13,500. For what value of the height is the surface area minimum? Okay, surface area of a box. Okay, it's equal to, let's see, square base, and then has a height h. Okay, and I need you to think about this. Height h, x, x. Okay, the surface area is the area of all the sides added up to each other. The area of the base is x squared. Okay, the area of the rectangular faces is the length as the length h times the width x, so hx, right? And how many of these do we have? We have one here, one here, one here, and one here. So that's 4. So you could say 4hx. Some people are gonna add the top, but they said what? It's open. Okay, so I'm gonna undo this. I'm not gonna add the top. So this is the surface area. We want to find the minimum. Guys, can we find the minimum value if we have two unknowns? No, right? So we have to look at our given. What's given? The volume is 13,500. V is equal to 13,500. Therefore, what's the volume of a box? It's area of the base times the height, right? Okay, so we know that the area of the base, which is x times x, so x squared, right? X squared times h is equal to the volume, 13,500. Okay, over here, you can choose whatever you want to substitute. I'm thinking of substituting h because I feel like that would be easier. Let's find an expression for h. 13,500 over x squared. So you go back over here. We're going to continue now. SA is going to be equal to x squared plus 4 times 13,500 over x squared times x. Okay, x squared with x cancels. 4 times 13,500, oh no. 54,000. Okay, so you're going to get SA is equal to 54,000. So x squared, sorry. X squared plus 54,000 over x. Okay, this is your surface area. We found now our surface area. So now we only have one unknown. Can we find its minimum value? Of course we can. So s prime is equal to what? Let's derive. Let's rewrite this as x to the power of minus 1. Okay, so we derive it properly. SA prime, derive it to x minus 54,000 x to the minus 2. Equate it to 0 now. SA prime equals to 0 to find the minimum maximum, right? 2x minus 54,000 x to the minus 2 is equal to 0. Factor out 2x, you're going to get 1. Actually, no, factor out minus 2x because I want this to be... No, actually, you don't need to. 1 is going to be 1 minus 27,000 x to the minus 3 equals 0. Can you solve this? You're going to get x equals 0. And here you're going to get what? Let's solve it. 1 minus 27,000. I'm going to make x positive, right? Because I'm actually solving the equation now. Equals 0. Take this to the other side. It's going to be 1 is equal to 27,000 over x cubed. Cross multiply, you're going to get x cubed is equal to 27,000. And you're going to find the cube root of 27,000, which is 30. Okay. So you get x equals 30. But what are they asking for? Okay, actually we have to see which one, sorry, which one is minimum, right? X equals 0, x equals 30. If you substitute x equals 0, again, it's going to be rejected. Why is it going to be rejected? Can you divide by 0? No, right? Because you're going to say surface area at 0 is equal to infinity. Okay? X equals 30. That means x equals 30. You have to show what is the surface area at x equals 30. I don't know how much it is. It will be... you'll find it. Whatever it is. If it's computer, you don't care. But if it's written, you have to find it. And you're going to say, therefore, x equals 30 is minimum. طيب, what did they ask for? They asked for height. Okay, what was our relation between height and x? Height is equal to 13,500 over x squared. So we're going to substitute x over here, and you're going to get, let's see, 13,500. I think you get 15 divided by 30 squared. 15, yes. So you get h is equal to 15. Okay, is that the correct answer? Yeah. Okay, they found an expression for x. Whoa, what's all this? Okay, do the way I solved it. I don't. What's this? I don't like the way they substituted here. Okay, a square of side x is removed from each corner. Okay, this is the famous question. It comes all the time. Okay, a square of side. I think you might get this one or something like this. And I haven't really looked at the tops yet. But a square of side x is removed from each corner of a cardboard that measures 21 by 8. Okay, so a square side x is removed from each corner of a cardboard that measures 21 by 8. And we're gonna draw it so you can kind of understand a bit more. X. I'm not gonna draw it. Okay, you get the gif. Okay, then they're folded. Make a okay, whatever. The volume of the resulting box is what? That's it. Oh, okay. Okay. They just want the okay, that's easy then. Okay, they just want the volume. What does the volume become? You guys know volume is equal to area of base times height, right? The area of a base is gonna be what? It's gonna be a rectangle. It's gonna be this rectangle over here. صح? Because this here is gonna be folded up. This side here is gonna be folded up. This edge is gonna be folded up. This edge here is gonna be folded up. You get what I mean. So this is gonna be our base. What's this base? What's the length of it gonna be? You removed x here, you removed x here. So it's gonna be the length of it is 21 minus x minus x, so minus 2x, صح? Because you know the area of a rectangle is length times width. What's the width gonna be? It was 8. You removed x, you removed x. So it was 8 minus x minus x, so 8 minus 2x. But that's the area of the base. What's the height gonna be? It's gonna be x. But you just foil this, guys. You can do 21 times 8 is 1 times 8, 168. 21 times minus 2x is gonna be minus 42. X minus 2x times 8 is minus 16x. Minus 2x times minus 2x is plus 4x squared. And outside we have an x. Okay, 168. Okay, let me simplify this. Make this minus 58x. So let's now distribute the x that's outside. I'm gonna start with the highest term. It's gonna be 4x cubed. Minus 58x times x is minus 58x squared. 168 times x is 168x. So here's minus 58. Positive, huh? Not negative, because they already put the minus. So okay. 19 is our last question for 4.4. A square of side x is removed from each corner of okay, same thing, huh? It's just the same thing as the last one, but they want us to find the maximum. Okay, wow, again, it's a square that's 20 by 20. That's not a square. But you get me. عندك x هون x هون وx هون صح؟ Okay. The sides of the cardboard are then folded vertically upwards to make an open top box of height x. The value of x for which the volume of the open top box is maximum is something over 3 centimeters. So, they want us to find the value of x for which it is maximum. The volume of the box is what? Area of the base times the height. In this case, the new volume, how much is it? How much is it? Remember, we're taking out x from each side. So the area of the base times height, because it's a rectangular base, right? So it's length times width, صح? What's the length? The length is 20 minus 2x, right? And the width is also 20 minus 2x. Why? You had 20 im x من هون minus 2x. 20 im x من هون 20 minus 2x. والheight x. So this is the volume, right? So we can find the maximum because we only have one unknown, and that's x here. So previously we'd have to go back to our given and see whatever. Okay, here they already gave us, by the way, the values. So that's why we don't have two unknowns. We only have one unknown. Okay. Let's foil this. This is, I'm gonna expand this and then just distribute in x. I'm gonna expand this as if it's a minus b squared because this is the same term. So I'm gonna get 400 minus 80x plus 4x squared. Okay, and then you have an x outside. So you're gonna get, I'm gonna start with the highest term, 4x cubed minus 80x squared plus 400x. Okay, the value of x for which the volume is maximum. So we found our volume. We want to find maximum. So what do? We derive, right? What's our derivative? It's going to become 12x squared. Whoa, 12x squared minus 160x plus 400. And we know to find the maximum, we equate to 0. But we're going to equate all of this to 0, so we're gonna, you don't have equation mode in your on your calculator in the exam, so we're gonna use the quadratic formula. Let's find delta, which is b squared minus 4ac, which is 160 squared minus 4 times 12 times 400. We're gonna do this on a calculator. 160 squared minus 4 times 12 times 400. You get 6,400. Okay, so delta is equal to 6,400. So the quadratic formula is minus b, so minus 160 plus minus root delta, which is 6,400 over 2a, 2 times 12. So we're going to put this in our calculator. 160, because minus is a positive one, plus root delta, which is 6,400 over 2 times 12. So our first solution is x equals 10. And our second solution, hold up. We have to make it minus, yeah? 10 over 3. Really? Okay. Okay, Henry, they're saying maximum, right? Remember they're saying, so we got our two solutions, they're saying maximum. So we have to test out both into the volume and see which one gets me a maximum value. Let's substitute 10. We're going to get 4 times 10 cubed minus 80 times 10 squared plus 400 times 10. So 4 times 4, you get 4,000 minus 8,000. Yeah, you get 0. When you do, you get 0. That means 10 is not my maximum, right? Because when you substitute 10, you get 0, so it's not my maximum. How about v of 10 over 3? I think you're going to get, let's just substitute 10 over 3. So it's going to be 4 times 10 over 3 cubed. 4, 10 over 3. I'm going to use over 3. No, 10 over 3 cubed minus 80, 10 over 3 squared over 3 squared. What was it? Minus 8, 10 over 3 squared plus 400 times 10 over 3. 400, oh, 400, 10 over 3. You get, whoa, why is that wrong? I know that's wrong. I know for a fact that's wrong. Oh, no, that's correct, that's correct. Yeah, so you get 16000 over 27. So you have to show that v of 10 over 3 is equal to 1600, how much was it? 3 zeros over 27. Okay, so therefore, x equals 10 over 3 is max. Okay, and they're saying what's the value of x? It's k over 3, so k should be equal to 10. Okay, let's see. K equals 10. Okay, that's it for 4.4, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and good luck.